Okay guys, today I just want to show you a quick video. Let's just work together. I just want to change the front brake pads on this Ford car, the little car. Okay, so you must have your Allen key. This one I can't see exactly the number of the Allen key. I think it's 8, number 8 Allen key, to remove the brake pads, front brake pads. So what you do is you come here. This is where the screws for the brake caliper goes in here. So you listen with. So you take this cover first. So we have 2 screws, one on the top here and one on the bottom here. So yeah, I think one on the bottom here. So it's got 2 screws. So what you do is, okay, we're gonna put our Allen key in. So I'm gonna put our Allen key in. Okay, so I've got a spanner here. I'm using spanner. So Allen key. So I'm gonna just put my spanner like this, as you see, like this, and then I'm gonna push upwards to loosen. Okay, I'm using my left, so I'm just trying, guys. So you make sure your Allen key is in. Okay, so you see it's loose. So because I'm using my left, I'm right-handed, so my left doesn't have that power. So I'm gonna just try to swap the camera to the left side. I'm gonna use with my right hand. Okay, so now I put the Allen key again. Okay, it's loose. So after you loosen like this first time, we don't loosen it all the way completely out. So we have to open the brake pads. So you see, this is our space for the brake pad. This is the brake disc. This is the pad. You see there, this is where the brake pad stops. This is the metal of the brake pad. So I'm gonna just put on the lip of the brake disc, and then I'll push against the brake pad like this. So I just want to open just enough space for me to work. So as I'm doing this, you see it's opening. So now once it's open like that, I'm not gonna want to push towards the brake disc like this, towards the brake disc like this. I'm gonna push towards the brake pad. So, and then as I'm doing that, I'm pushing this piston in. So let's go together. Okay, you stick it in. I'm pushing towards the brake pad. I'm pushing. So if I'm damaging, I'll be damaging the finished brake pad, not the disc. I'm not damaging the disc, which means as I'm doing this, I'm pushing the finish brake pad. Okay, so I think it's open enough for us. Okay, as you come on the side, there's this pin on the brake caliper, on outside of the brake caliper. So this pin you just do like this. See, that is how you take it out. Just if it doesn't want to come out on the bottom, just put a screwdriver like this, and then it's out. Okay, so next again we go back to our screws. We loosen out again the screws. Now we are taking them completely out. We are taking what? Them completely out. As we do that, we are taking them now. Now we are taking them completely out. Now they're out, as you can see. Now we're gonna pull our brake caliper. Now it's off, as you see. It's off, guys. So I'm gonna just remove the brake pads. Okay, so as I do that, you see the brake pads, they are finished. My camera is not so good these days, but you can see that the brakes are finished. So I've got new brake pads to put in. So you see the difference between the brand new, the new one, and the old one. You can see how much the gap is there, the different. So okay, let's put the new brake pads. I'm gonna just put some kind of grease on top here. So this grease, so normally we put this grease just to avoid the noise, the squeaking noise when you brake, when the brake caliper pushes. So when you put this grease here, so it just takes the noise away. Now I'm putting my first outer brake pad. Okay, see, sits is in. So I'm gonna put the inner one. I'll take this one first. Let me just show you on the brake. Yeah, this is the brake caliper piston. So if your brake pad doesn't want to fit in here in this wall, those clamps here on the back here, you just give them press a bit like this, so you can just make them a little bit smaller. So as you push them in here, you don't have to struggle when you push them there. So let's just put them quick. Okay, so then I put them in. So as I put them in, I'm gonna try to put our brake caliper in. So I'm gonna put my brake caliper as much as I can to work one-handedly. Okay, let me just. Okay, so now the brake caliper is in. So now I'm gonna just always make sure these screws, you put them some grease, because sometimes when they get sticky, sometimes it won't move in and out. When you push brake pads, it will keep sometimes pushing the brake pads, so it makes the brake pads finish quicker. So if you put grease on this thing, you try to avoid that, so it doesn't get hard and it's always soft, so the rubber also doesn't get hard and broken, so the brake caliper doesn't have to stick in. Okay, so now I just tighten, normal tighten. I'm gonna do the same also the top one. I'm gonna also put the grease on it. Okay, I'm gonna just rub the grease around it. They're nice, they don't need to be buffed to be clean, because they're nice. I'm just add them the grease, so I'm just showing you. Okay, so I've got my lap here just to wipe my hands. Okay, now we're tightening. Just make sure it's nice and in, as you see there. You see. So now it's in. I'll tighten nicely. So okay, we are back on this spring again. It's time to put the spring on. So as you put the spring on, you look how it is. It bends this way. So what you do is you put on the top side first, or whatever the side will suits you to put in. But me, I'll prefer to put the top side first in, and then I'll have the bottom side out. I'll put the bottom side last. So, and then as I'm doing this, you can see I'm bending on the middle. It's hard to do that, but you can do it. I'm just bending it. So as I'm just bending it, I just want to make sure that it's lining it with its wall. Maybe if you have another better way to do it, but to me, that is only how I do it. Let me just. Okay, so now I put my right hand. I'm gonna just pull it this way. Okay, so now, okay guys, now I'm just pushing that in. I couldn't show you the whole process because it was so difficult to push it in with one hand. So now, before we forget, we go back here again. Okay, we're gonna just make sure that the screws are nice and tight. So I'm gonna put now my spanner this way, and then pull them forwards. So doing this, I'm just giving it a leverage for me to be able to use the Allen key. Okay, I'm doing the same again on the bottom one. Okay, is in. So as they tight and in, don't forget to put this plastic. So this plastic is for there to avoid like dust, sand, water to go in there, so those pins, they don't have to rust. If you forget it, sometimes it rusts. That is when you have that problem of the brake caliper doesn't want to open, it keeps pushing the brake pads, because those things, they're not having smooth slides way space for them to do that. So that's why we put this always. Remember, once you remove them, once you find it, he's got it, please always just know that to put them back. Okay, so this is the top one. So always remember to put them back, because you are avoiding water, dusty to get in there, so it can disturb those pins, and then they don't work nicely anymore. You have problems on your brake system. So that's it, guys. Thank you to those who are subscribing and liking. God bless you. I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy.